Novocaine is the new action comedy directed by Dan Berk and Robert Olsen, starring Jack Quaid. The logline is as follows. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her. Going into this movie, I was worried if they would be able to stretch this concept into a feature-length movie or if it would get repetitive after the first fight scene. And luckily, these worries were mostly proven wrong. Let's start off with the good. Jack Quaid is a great leading man and has some decent chemistry with Amber Midthunder, who plays the love interest. We are seeing time and time again that Jack Quaid is always a reliable actor to have in your film. The action in this movie is great, and they did a good job at upping the stakes in each fight and finding new ways to play around with the main character's condition of not being able to feel pain. There is some engaging fight choreography with funny jokes sprinkled throughout, but they did use most of the good jokes in the trailer, so just keep that in mind. I also appreciate how they didn't try to go too big, and they kept the scope small. You're not seeing Jack Quaid take down armies of gunmen, and most of these fights are somewhat grounded. But other than these fight scenes, the rest of the film ranges from mediocre to bad. My biggest gripe is that the plot was stretched as thin as it could go so that it was a feature-length film. You get the impression that the filmmakers came up with some of the cool ideas for fight scenes and then wrote a plot around all of them to connect them together. I was also not a fan of Ray Nicholson's performance as the main antagonist. He went a little too over the top and it didn't gel with the rest of the movie. Many of his line deliveries had me cringing and he failed to come off as an intimidating threat. There's also two detective characters that felt so unnecessary and like they were just there to pad the runtime. I don't think they earned their inclusion in the story, and all their attempts at comedy did not land with me. This is a fun and entertaining film that is worth checking out if you have the time. However, I try to shoot for a matinee or a discount night, as it's not really a must-watch. So in conclusion, Novocaine is a decent film that was saved from being bad by a handful of fun action scenes. The filmmakers did a good job at amping up the stakes and inventing new ways to use the main character's condition of not feeling pain. Jack Quaid is reliable as always, but much of the supporting cast ends up feeling unnecessary or out of place. Additionally, the plot is spread too thin and many sequences give off the impression of stretching for time. But overall, there's enough good aspects found in the film to provide a fun watch. 3 stars.